Welcome back, everyone, to another episode where I try to survive for 100 days in a hardcore survival world. But not only am I going to be trying to stay alive for 100 days, I also have a major building project that we are going to be working on that I will hopefully be able to finish in that amount of time. Let's get started. So here we are in a brand new world, and we are going to be playing through in this hardcore series, hopefully for 100 days. This is already the second time that I've tried to play it. The first time didn't go so well. I was able to capture what happened last time with the replay mod, and you can see it here with the creeper sneaking up behind me, blowing me up while I was trying to chop down some trees, which was just awful. I'd already spent over 20 days in that world, and that's a lot of progress to lose. But I'm going to have to let that go and get started with this new world. Here we are. We've got a lot of exploring that we are going to need to do. There's a lot that we have to get collected before we can get started with the main building project for today. As we are going through this world, I will be keeping track of the number of days by pulling up the F3 screen, which will show the number of days over here on the left, circled in a yellow box. And that is what we are going to be doing to keep track of things. I think the best way to start out in this world is to spend the first 10 days or so collecting up resources and looking for the best place to build our base. While I'm collecting up resources, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the plan for today. Because not only is it the goal to survive for 100 days without dying, but we also have a major building project that we are going to be doing, which is going to add an extra challenge. Because to complete a major building project, you need to have two things: the tools and the resources. And if you're already in the late stages of the game, having the tools and resources is pretty easy. But in the first 100 days, not so much. So we are going to spend the first 30 days getting geared up, and then the remaining portion of the time is going to be spent designing and building the project. We are on day 8, and we have a few things done that I think are going to be super helpful for today. So the first thing that I've done is put in a little farm over here. We've got a bunch of different plants growing. We've got some wheat, we've got carrots, potatoes, and a few beets as well. And then we've got the water underneath the trapdoor. I've also gone through and collected up a bunch of different types of resources here. So these are all of the things that I found in my travels. We've got a bunch of workstations because we are going to eventually be traveling with some villagers. We also have started collecting some stone here, and over here we have been smelting up some iron and some food. The next thing that we need to do is to create a little area where we can put all of the villagers that are here in this village so that they can stay safe and allow us to trade with them over a bunch of time. So I've started digging out this area. It needs to be much wider than what this is, and this is where we are going to have all of the beds and workstations for the villagers. And then we can get started collecting up resources for the build. And the build that we are going to be doing is going to probably go right in this area right here. And this is a cliff that leads down to where the ocean is. And you can see the cherry grove over there where the village is located. That's back up against those mountains. But before we do that, we need to get the villager trading area set up, which would probably go faster if I had something besides an iron pickaxe, but we are in the early game, and this is the best that we can do at the moment. Although if everything goes well, we should be able to get some pretty good gear from the villagers that we're going to be trading with. But this is not going to be a full trading hall. This is just going to be an area where we can do some trades with villagers to get some basic stuff to jumpstart this world. I finished digging out this area, and now we need to start decorating it. I think what we are going to do is use some spruce logs along here, and we are going to have some cobblestone stairs. These are just the resources that I have a lot of, so that's what we're going to be working with. And I think this will be a nice simple design that we can work with. If we go inside, I think what we are going to do is start spacing out some spruce logs and pillars like this. So just about every 3 blocks, we are going to put one in, and then we'll connect these up with some more spruce logs. So many spruce logs. In between, we'll fill it in with some spruce slabs, at least the ceiling, because the walls are going to be made out of stone brick. And we'll finish off the room by adding in some lights. Now we need to get the villagers to go down there, and I think the easiest way to do that will be to just remove all of the beds from the village and put the beds in our little trading area. We should also grab any of the workstations as well. So eventually, all of the villagers should end up down here, and I think there are only 3 left, or maybe 4. We've got 2 here, we've got 1, where did he go? There's 1, and there's, okay. So yeah, we have 4, and with the sun going down, these villagers should start to go into the room. Why are they not going? Is there a bed up here? Might have missed the bed. Let's see. Did I miss a bed in here? Hopefully not. Nope, there's no bed here. All right, all of our villagers are down here. Let's go to sleep. Hopefully there are not too many mobs up there. This could get deadly. It looks like this area is mostly safe from mobs, what we need to do now is just get a bunch more beds crafted up, so that way we can end up with a lot more villagers. And with all of the beds crafted up, we now have a bunch of villagers that we will be able to trade with. It is now day 20, and we still have to do a bunch of work before we can start building the main project for today. So I have a little sugarcane farm so that we can get paper, to get books, to get librarians. I also have the start of a bunch of cows so that we can get leather, and some spruce trees so that we be able to get some sticks to trade with the Fletchers. So I think I'm going to spend the next 10 days or so collecting up resources and trading with villagers so that by day 30, we will be ready to start planning out and building the main project for today. And this is where I died the last time I tried to make this video, so hopefully it won't happen again. We are now on day 30, and I have one more villager that I'm hoping I will be able to get protection for. So that way we can have all of our gear with the max protection level, but it just is taking a long time. I was already able to get one that will allow us to get the mending, which is right here. We also have Thorns 3, Silk Touch, and over on this side we have this is the Feather Falling 3 and Efficiency 5. So those are all pretty good enchantments. They're going to be the basic ones that are going to get us going, but I really want to get protection 4, and I'm hoping this guy will give it to us eventually. Oh, yes, we finally have it. Protection 4, this is excellent. We are definitely in a good spot with that. The last thing that we are going to need before we can start enchanting all of our new gear is a bunch of iron so that we can create some anvils. So I've come out to this mountain, which is just a little bit of ways from where we are building, which is right over there. You can see the cherry grove and the village is right there. So it's not too far. We are going to use this mountain to get a bunch of iron and coal so that we can smelt it up, and then we are going to be able to apply all of the stuff to our gear that we got from the villagers. And is this not just a spectacular view from up here? I mean, look at this. We've got this river, we've got the ocean and the sun rays. I could just look at this all day. Now let's just smelt up the iron that we just collected, and then we will be able to get our anvils crafted and our gear enchanted. It took a little bit more than 30 days. We are now on day 40, but take a look at all of the gear that I have here. So I've got Protection 4 and Thorns 3 and Mending on all of my armor. I've got a bunch of tools here with Efficiency 5 and Silk Touch, and we are going to use those to do a little bit of mining because we need a bunch of stone for the project that I want to do. And have I told you what that project is? I don't think I have. So let's head over to where we are going to be doing the building, and we can talk about what we are actually going to build here today. So the other day I was thinking about the projects that I've completed in Minecraft, and more importantly, the types of the builds that I've not completed. We are going to build a proper medieval castle, and this is going to be quite the project. I'm trying to figure out right now where I want to build it, because I was thinking originally here down in this area, but all of this terrain slopes down, and so this would not be where they would build a castle, where it's lower than the terrain around it. And maybe what we end up having to do is build it right over here, because we definitely don't have time for a bunch of terraforming. Having looked around a little bit, I think we can make this spot work. This is going to be really good because we have this cliff right here, which will be the perfect spot to build the back of the castle, particularly the keep, in this spot right here. And then we can focus on the fortifications at the front, which is going to be facing the rest of the area right here. Like I said earlier, we are going to be planning this out as we go, so it's subject to change at any time. But now that we are all geared up, we can start collecting the resources, and I imagine this build is going to require a lot. And because we don't have any shulker boxes, we are going to want to mine the materials pretty close to where we are going to be building. And there's this massive cave here, which might allow us to get down and in, but we do have some mobs over here. Let's see if we can take care of this guy down here. See how good my armor is. Oh yeah, it's good. That's right. Fear my axe. This guy doesn't seem to be too scared. Well, I think there's nothing left to do except start mining away the stone, and we are going to need a lot of stone because that's going to be our primary building block. that's... Oh, I am so frustrated. I c Oh, man. I'll be honest. I've been sitting here staring at this screen for at least 15 minutes now. I just don't even know what I'm going to do. Dying in a hardcore world really takes it out of you. I had so many plans for what I wanted to build, and I had already collected over 4 double chests worth of material before I died, so I was so close to starting. Oh, well, if we take a look at the F3 screen, you can see I made it to day 54, which is not great. But I think even though that's not the most satisfying conclusions, that is where we are going to leave it for today. It may be a little while before I try doing another hardcore series, but for now, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.